Jamaica? Yeah, somewhere around like here.
This guy's just like, let me embrace it. It's too bad the media displays it like that though. As Spider-Man is just mind-blowing to me. What is up? Welcome back. Today we're watching a video titled US versus Europe Intelligence. I think I know where this is going, but I had to click on it just to see what it's about. What's up? If you haven't met me yet, my name is Aaron, and this is Aaron Arnold Reacts. Through this channel, we discover everything about Europe. We laugh and we learn. We talk about sports, culture, people, and interesting things, including things like this. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this in the future. Now, let's see US versus Europe. What's the intelligence like? Come on.
If you've been on the internet in the last 2 years, you've probably come across videos like these.
Can you name any country on this map?
Yeah. Africa?
What country did the Vietnam War happen in?
Canada. Can
That's
you name
terrible.
a country on this map?
Asia or Africa?
That's a continent.
Oh.
So where's Jamaica? Yeah, somewhere around like here.
So what's the deal? Are Americans really the ignorant dum-dums the internet presents them as? Or is this just a case of stereotyping and nitpicking for clout? Well, firstly, I want to make it very clear. I've met many Brits who couldn't name shit about European, American, or just the world's general history. Same with geography. I'd bargain that most UK citizens couldn't point out North Macedonia on a map. And like, I'd say at least 30% of Europeans don't know what Idaho is. That being said, I won't lie, there is
So
a bit
specific.
of an American self-glazing problem that
All right, that's hilarious. This is such an iconic. There was like a hurricane or something. This guy's just like, let me embrace it. This is a classic American meme, yeah.
leads to them coming across as a bit narrow-minded. And I
Look
kind
at
of
that
get
flag
it, okay?
sign.
The other day I was getting some of my tax shit sorted out. Oh my god, man. I get it. I fucking get it, guys. If I was out here paying them Louisiana tax brackets, I would probably dick ride my country as well. However, this low-tax, high personal spending policy that some American states have kind of means if you're well off, you can go to a good school guaranteed. But if you're poor, you're stuck going to a public school, which might be fine in some states, but like, bruh.
Bruh.
Dude, coming to school, you had a huge zit on you. That thing was heavy. Some of them, dude, I had acne so bad one time. I remember having one zit. It was kind of heavy on the side of my face. Like, damn, I couldn't even. I had to have one of my buddies kind of just pull down on my other ear, you know, just to keep my head straight. Because I had
This
that
guy's
heavy
too
Z,
silly.
baby, that big zit,
Theo
that
Von.
baked ziti on my side. I was fully Italian. That, you know, that little bust lump, that acne, that.
And obviously, bad public schooling only affects a certain fraction of the American population, but I feel like it's this fraction of Americans that Europeans make fun of, call stupid, and stereotype as the entire country. Those inbred
It's so true. America's not the same. Everybody is different. It's such a big country. It's too bad the media displays it like that though.
f***ing brainless hillbillies running round like animals with their machine guns and freedom. But let's be real, these people aren't crazy rednecks. They seem pretty normal. Why can none of them tell me where Asia is on a map?
That would be Asia.
No, that's Africa.
Why can none of them seem to
No.
grasp the concept of a country?
What country is the Queen of England from?
What is the country again? What is
Jeez.
the country? What is the country? Canada.
Well, aside from these videos
That's
being
terrible.
relatively nitpicked, I think the main reason for Americans' general ignorance about other countries and cultures kind of comes down to how the American media presents the rest of the world to Americans. American film studios can simply make so much more money if they make foreign things seem more familiar to an American audience. I
Sure.
guess it makes it easier to understand and buy into and be invested in, you know? For example, I bet Mamma Mia would have flopped if they had bulky, hairy Greek actors with thick Greek accents.
That's so true. I've never thought about that, but Mamma Mia is so Americanized.
As opposed to the chiseled white American Hollywood celebrities they casted. It's
Yeah.
set in fucking Greece. Not a word of Greek is spoken in the entire film. I mean, they even dub over all the original songs, which are sung with Swedish accents, with relatable American sounding voices, you know? And surprise, surprise, it became the 6th highest grossing film in the US. If they kept this film Swedish and Greek, they would have sold 0 copies, I'm telling you. This intentional America washing of foreign cultures is all throughout Hollywood. Whenever a film is set abroad, the main character still has an American accent. I mean, they
So
even
true.
make foreign actors change their voices, even if they're American.
All right, this is one of the craziest things to me. When British people or any European sings a song and it sounds like an American person, that blows my mind. Also, like Tom Holland acting with his British voice in an American accent as Spider-Man is just mind-blowing to me.
American accents are horrible.
What's up with that boy? I heard he was out the game. Where you been at? You got hit?
I guess because it would be so catastrophic for the film studio's revenue if there was a strand of foreign culture in their blockbuster productions. This very subtle brainwashing has big consequences for the average American though. For example, less than 40% of them have a valid passport. Partly because if you don't see any value or have never been taught anything about foreign cultures, why would you leave the US?
All right, that's so true. There's so many people who don't even leave the US. They think the US has absolutely everything, and the US is huge. You can find any landscape, but you can't find all the cultures, and that's, I think, what's worth traveling for.
Got every single natural landscape you could ever imagine. We got every goddamn fast food establishment you could ever dream of. We got every culture here already. We got every historical site and element you could ever fathom. The difference with us Europeans, aside from on average having more well-funded public schools, is that we literally need to know about foreign cultures, because chances are the weather gets so peaked at some point in the year that you need to annually travel to another country briefly just to find your will to live and survive another year, whereas Americans can just get a flight to the other side of their country. No new language, no new
That's so true, but it's not that cheap. This is a bit dramatic.
culture, no crazy visa restrictions. It's not that easy if you live in the UK. And this is why British people are so obsessed with going on holiday, because they're all stuck on this cold ass rainy island and humans actually need vitamin D to survive. This means your average Brit at least looks at a map once a year when planning the next lad's getaway, which is probably more often than some Americans look at a map. Clearly.
It's true.
What two countries border the US?
I mean, first off, just look at this guy. He's got his hand in his pants. Look what he's wearing. This is a terrible representation of America. It's too bad that that's what's clipped by the media.
What's like the country above us and below us?
South America, North America.
Incredible video. Incredible. Like, every time I watch one of these videos, they're just so hilarious. He actually made a lot of good points there that I've never thought about. And if you learned something and you laughed and you enjoyed just like me, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to keep exploring Europe, keep understanding these cultural differences, and just laughing a lot. So I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.